Let's get back now to our Decision 2024 coverage. New government departments, some controversial cabinet picks by President-elect Trump. A lot is happening today and in the coming weeks. So here to help us get a better understanding, NBC 10 political analyst Wendy Schiller. Wendy, thanks for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So let's start with the most recent announcement that came down today. Matt Gaetz, Trump's pick for Attorney General. How is that going over?
Well, I think that's the biggest shocker of all the picks that the president-elect has made or suggested. They've been fairly mainstream Republican. Any Republican president probably would have picked them. But Matt Gaetz has been investigated for child sex trafficking, among other things. He's a highly controversial person. I think that this is going to be a big shock to the Justice Department. I'm not sure if they do the regular confirmation process in the Senate that Matt Gaetz would be confirmed, even by a Republican majority in the Senate. So this may be one of those recess appointments that Trump will be trying to do.
Interesting. So we'll have to see what happens there. Now, I think one of the other appointments that surprised many people to hear was Fox News anchor Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. I know he has military experience, but other than that, he doesn't seem to have much government experience. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, the U.S. Army is the best army, most powerful in the whole world. I don't know how the generals will treat this particular civilian commander. You know, there's a chain of command, and typically Secretary of Defense has influence. But, you know, you have to earn that trust and earn that influence. And it's unclear how successful this person will be. We're just going to have to wait and see when they get through their confirmation. And this is really key. The Senate has a constitutional responsibility to advise and consent and vet presidential nominees. We're going to see if the Republican Senate lives up to that responsibility.
Yeah, so with the Senate having a Republican majority, do you think all of these appointments are a done deal? Or, I mean, you know, Gaetz, the more controversial ones that we're talking about, do you think that Republicans could actually vote against him and perhaps others?
You know, 53, right now it's 52-47, but if that Pennsylvania race is called, 53-47 is a pretty comfortable margin. But I can see at least 2 Republican senators voting against Matt Gaetz, probably Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. And all they need is 2 more to doom the nomination, in which case Trump would, in fact, ask them to go into recess to appoint Matt Gaetz. You know, if you want to take your biggest flamethrower out of your way, maybe you bring them into your cabinet, and that's what Donald Trump is trying to do. But I think this is his most off-the-ranch appointment that he's suggested so far.
All right, so we'll have to wait and see how the Senate reacts to this. Wendy, thanks for being here and providing that insight for us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.